Hey everyone, Rather Incoherent here. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2 Holy Fury. Right about now, you might be thinking to yourself, isn't that title a massive spoiler? And the answer is no, because I decided to name this video the end of an era before I even started playing. Filker Thordor is going to die today. I'm not going to make it happen, I'm not going to pick depressed and kill myself, or start challenging everyone to duels, but I am 76, I'm going to drop dead very soon. I don't think I'm going to get assassinated, weirdly enough. The majority of my vassals like me. Like, sure, there's still a notable malcontent faction going on here, but that's nothing compared to what it once was. Still, I am 76, I've never had a character get into the 70s before, I cannot imagine I'll keep going. I'm going to play him to the best of my ability, but I expect him to die today. Now, that said, playing him to the best of my ability requires me to do something. When I formed the Stormblood of Thordor and got that message about how great a Viking I was, it said some crazy shit like, people suspect he's descended from the gods, driven only by an insatiable lust for blood and conquest. And it's like, yeah, they're probably right. I'm not too old to go berserk. Being berserk is probably the only thing keeping me going. That's unfortunate for my kid. Who is this? Well, it has to go badly eventually, right? So, I have the choice of becoming a tribal kinslayer, which I really don't want to do. Like, I've got enough family that it doesn't matter. Flip side, I've got enough family that it really matters. Like, it doesn't matter that I kill Ingemar, Thorstein's son, but it matters that my massive family wants me dead. I'm more concerned with the 5% chance of lunatic, but fuck it. What are the odds, really? So Ingemar loses a leg, good luck with that. And I'm not a lunatic, I've lost Cruel, though. You know, if you actually look at my traits, I'm looking like a pretty decent person these days. Like, sure, Hemo-Arc is a little bit evil if you don't believe in Odin, but if you believe in Odin, this is a necessary function of society. Like, this isn't evil, this is a mandatory thing to stop Odin from coming down here and initiating Ragnarok. Okay, so now that we've done that, hopefully the fires of our eternal rage will keep us going for a couple more years. We have some pillaging to do. Actually, let's see if there's anything other than pillaging to do. What the fuck? The Irish band has decided that if no one else is going to do the Reconquista, they'll do it them fucking selves. I thought it was a Muslim revolt at first. This is... I have never seen that before. That is crazy. I don't think this is going to last, but that is amazing. Okay. Okay, so I've looked at pretty much the whole world map. Basically, the only war I can really wage these days is against Venice. I'm not gonna, like, go out of my way to conquer Venice, just eventually, I'm gonna pillage all the way down, just because I have to keep going down to pillage, and I'm gonna need to put my loot somewhere. Rather than sailing back home, I'm just gonna go conquer Venice. For the time being, though, we're just going to be totally peaceful. And by totally peaceful, I mean we're going to pillage France into the ground, but I mean, that's basically peaceful. Compared to what we've been doing, that is a leisurely stroll in the park. So, we're diving off of the boat. We sort of forgot this guy off the boat last time. He's just going to walk over on his own, it's fine. And we're going to start pillaging France. They have it coming. And by they have it coming, I mean they have money, therefore they're a target. Oh, did I say I'm going to pillage? Maybe in the gap between episodes you've forgotten. What I actually meant is, I'm going to manage my enormous family of 67 people that are almost entirely reliant on me to get anything done. Anyway, all the kids go into Thrift. It takes too much thought to figure out anything else, and Thrift is pretty good. Captured somebody. Actually, I just captured all of France's mayors, it would seem. Alright, France is immediately trying to retaliate. I should probably pay attention. Dude, you've been in jail for like a day. Calm down. If you won't out, just pay your ransom. Don't ask me to let you go for nothing. It's like he's never been to feudal Europe before. I can't believe people actually just ask me to give them land. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I seem to have accidentally attacked them. That's not what I really meant to do. Right, yes, we passed a law at the end of last episode. Good job, Council. Thank you for voting on your own abolition. Not quite sure why you agreed to that one. Oh, right, it's because they love me, and I've manipulated the Council so that only people who love me would be there. I would normally pick Intrigue. 2 Intrigue, I love Intrigue characters. Yes, slight problem. 2 Intrigue here, too. It's not just 2 education traits. So, roll the dice on getting a good stewardship education, I guess. We should be able to win this handily. We're just smashing France's armies, and they'll probably end up actually losing something in terms of land from this, since I'm going to weaken them so much. Alright, so we're going to keep chasing down these French armies so that we can actually raid in peace, because they're kind of in the way right now. That was a valiant self-sacrifice on the part of these 800 men, but, not really sure it's going to work out too well for them. Alright, so we captured some of their leaders, too. These guys are already locked on their way to Ghent. And we're going to try to cut them off. They haven't actually locked yet, so I'm going to keep moving towards them as though I don't know. And once they lock, I'm going to change. Oh, I'm just going to catch them, actually. So, France is having a bad time of it. The Viking hordes might be a little bit more advanced than them these days. Advanced is the wrong word. Numerous. We are not more advanced than pretty much anyone, really. Although that does remind me, I should probably go check to see how my tech tree is doing. So I'm going to buy town infrastructure right now, because that's something I need spreading throughout my lands. And I'm also going to go build stuff, because I'm pretty sure I haven't done that in a while. I'm just going to build things to use my prestige, because I'm going to die, and dead prestige is wasted prestige. And yes, we finally got the event. It's for a lance, unfortunately, instead of a sword or an axe, but get me a tier 4 lance. We'll gladly take all of your people prisoner. Do you want them back? Quite badly. 3 for 75. And I need to keep hunting these armies down, because if I don't, they're actually going to regroup and mess with me. I can't just start pillaging yet. They're both fleeing to Ghent, which is kind of funny. I'm going to send the other army to go deal with a stack of 500. It doesn't really matter. Oh, wait. Who are you? It's some inter-vassal dispute. It doesn't actually matter. Alright, now both stacks are going to the same place. That's fantastic. He just raised his levies again. That's adorable. Really, I'm just beating up France. I'm just being mean to them. I don't know why people keep sending me letters like, hey, can I pay for them? It's like, yes. Yes, you can. You don't need to pay extra or use events to do it. Just volunteer to pay the ransom normally. Oh, hey, we caught a carling. Oh. We didn't catch a particularly good carling, apparently. Alright, I'm going to split this down and actually start sieging with this group. Because we've basically obliterated these armies. It's quite sad right now. So, one of my counselors is gone. It's my spy master. Kind of don't want to make Sif my spy master. I kind of want her to live. Oh, also, I want a spy master that likes me. That's very important to me. So, Margarita, once upon a time an imbecile, is now only slow. She has an 18 in intrigue, and she loves me. If you had told me when she was born that my imbecile daughter would eventually be the clear best choice as spy master, I'd have laughed you out of the room. Anyway, we're sending her to Constantinople. Oh, that is ridiculous. Alright, so that's France's army finally smashed. Everyone's getting organized, going to where they're supposed to be doing their raids. So, the Grand Mayor, one of the people in my realm who hates me, is like, dude, you have to stop risking your life. Which I feel like that's gotta be reverse psychology, right? Because I'm not. Capturing yet more commanders. You should really just stop fighting me and leave, France. Alright, we finally have a lance. We can name it Deathstrike, Ascalon, or the Bleeding Lance. Man, those are all awful. Let's name it the Bleeding Lance. Split this in half, because I should have way more than I need. Oh, no, I don't. This has 1,000 defenders. So, let's check out that Bleeding Lance. Also, I might have missed some other... So, let's check out that Bleeding Lance. Quality 4. Mounted troops plus 15%. Pikemen plus 20%. Monthly prestige plus 1. Martial plus 2. Personal combat plus 15. That is really good, actually. That's absolutely ridiculous. We're not ever going to be big on cavalry as a nation, so I don't think it's that great for us. But if you had that as, like, any cavalry-based faction, that would be the most insane thing in the game, right? Like, it's a quality 4 lance. Of course it is. I don't know why I'm saying it like it's debatable. Nah, this 1,000 stack isn't doing it for me. You guys need to leave. One of my guys got, burned at the stake a little bit. New kid named Mayor, not particularly good. People keep showing up here, but, like, they're losing, so I don't need to reinforce. Well, I didn't really kill anyone, it looks like. Guys, like, I won. Can you stop showing up? I'm not actually sure what this is from. You know, it's probably from when I went berserk and beat the shit out of my kid. Look, I'm telling you, Berserker's more likely to keep me alive than killing me. That's not emotionally driven at all. It's clearly based in game mechanics. How could you possibly suggest that it has backfired and made things worse than they originally were? Also, like, he died as he lived. Mad as fuck for no reason, right? There's another scold in the family. Kids need stuff. They always do. He's going into thrift. I refuse to think about it more than that. Oh, hey, there's 1,000 stock over here coming to fuck my shit up. I should stop that. There's just too much France. It's a massive inconvenience. Also, there's only 385 guys here. I'm shocked they're even managing to siege it successfully. One of the guys I invited died. Also, no! His name was the Wall of Scandinavia! I didn't know his name was so amazing! Oh, man! I've never known this man existed, but I am sad to see him go. Oh, hey, Dag's back. He's like, hey, Dad, I hear you're about to die. I'm ready to take the crown. So, he's come back home. He's gained Brave and Varangian. And yeah, Varangian's just pretty good. +2 martial, +1 diplomacy, +10 personal combat, +10 same trait. Welcome home. So I'm going to send these 2,000 to reinforce, because I think they're going to need the help. I wanted to come pillage France, but I'm mostly just fighting their army forever. How are my retinues doing? I'm just going to leave one of them behind, because I know they can't all fit on the boats. I'm just going to walk the rest of them down. I think they're going to get here before we finish pillaging it, on account of the endless number of French armies that we seem to have to kill to get anything done. Alright, continuing on with the attempted pillaging of France. More kids, always more kids. Anyone want their people back? 4 people for 135 gold, sounds good. Kid needs help, as they always do. Yep, that's about the number of notifications I expect per game tick. Very reasonable. He can go into intrigue, it's what he's best at? He's got really good stats and strong. He's doing really well. It is going to be his best education, though. So we finished a couple of sieges, and we're going to sell them. We're always going to sell them. Oh my god, guys. France, just stop raising levies. What are their total levies down to these days? 713. So according to this, there are more troops here than France has. I have my doubts about that. That seems implausible to me. It's so obnoxious. I just have barely few enough levies that I can't fan out, so I have to keep fighting their army. We're just going to keep chasing this army. I'm so done. Alright, everyone get back together. I'm done caring. That's their armies completely wrecked. So right now, that was everything France had. They've got pretty much nothing left. So it looks like if push came to shove, I could very easily take France in a war. Which likely means the same for Austrasia, and it especially means that if I called my allies and really brought everything I had to bear, I could take Germany or pretty much anyone else on the map. We've won a battle. We've captured Clovis of Mortain. And we have a new son, Thorstein, Thorder's son. Alright, not this Thorder, though, a different Thorder. My grandson named after me. I'm gonna go ahead and set my concubines aside. They're sort of, like, weird to have because they're in their 50s. My grandson, Hrothgar, has decided that much like many of our other family members, he's gonna strike out on his own and make his own way. He's got 19 martial, 52 personal combat. He's an ambitious adventurer. Like, sure, I believe that an inspiring leader like Hrothgar can do it. Good luck. I'm actually really happy every time my kids are like, I want to join the Branking Guard, I want to go adventuring. Like, if I had a designated heir that I really cared about, I'd be pretty upset about it. But I kind of don't, so I'm fine with it. Oh hey, my retinues are getting here. Excellent. Alright, my retinues aren't set to pillage because I'm an idiot. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna stop. Everyone get on the boats. We're gonna be back here. We're gonna be back in a second, France. Somebody broke out of jail. Look, you don't need to break them out of jail. You just need to pay for them. It's fine. Look, whether you call yourselves Lombardy or Italy, I don't care. I'm still mad that you're in England. Alright, so I leave one behind on the boat in case something needs to get reinforced. And outside of that, they're finally getting pillaged down. Fuck you, France. You stalled me for years. And by stalled me, I mean you successfully lost basically every single piece of your military to me, but that is technically stalling me. I didn't conquer your land in that time. I can get a new court chaplain that's absolutely in love with me and the best at her job. Things are starting to go really well for us. They're not going to keep going well, but it's nice that they're going well right now. Hrothgar, when you said you were going to strike out on your own and do your own thing, I thought you meant you were going to pillage the Catholics. You know that 100% of the money in Scandinavia comes from somewhere else, right? Why are you here? Anyway, there is a peasant revolt up here. God, I have so much money that I'm tempted to just buy mercenaries and send them up there, but that is just, I refuse on general principle. It is my vassal's job to handle their own peasant revolts. So, Snorri Sigurdar's son is one of the strong twins, and his education was a train wreck. He messed up stewardship and martial, and he's not very good at intrigue, nor has he actually got a trait for it. He's terrible at diplomacy, and I refuse to put him into learning. I'm gonna have him roll the dice on intrigue. Like, I don't really care about him, he's just holding genes for me. That's my final verdict on him. So this is probably just about everything France has left, which is frankly sad. Margarita's doing a wonderful job as Spy Master, because of course she is. Once we're done with all of this, I'm just gonna drop my levies, I don't need them. My retinues are big enough at this point. You know what, Hrothgar, fuck you. You said, hey dad, I'm gonna go do my own thing, I'm gonna strike out and pillage the lands. And then you stayed at home! He didn't even fucking leave. So I'm gonna kick him out of the nest. So, these are some pretty low numbers in terms of actual troop counts, but eventually I have to assume they'll manage to deal with this. Also, I forgot that I had 1/4 of my retinue staying at home because I literally don't have enough boats to hold my entire standing army. So I guess after I deal with this host, I'll walk up and do it myself. Oh hey, here I was thinking that I was going to die. But no, I've just healed from my wounds again. I don't understand. Why won't I fucking die? Why? I'm 78 now. Oh man, okay. Fine, the wound healed. I should still drop dead any day now, it doesn't matter. It's just variance, I should still drop dead very soon. So do we have more prisoners worth money? Yeah, 4 for 108 sounds good to me. They're still calling me squint-eyed, huh? Crazy. I'm not a lunatic, right? Yeah, no, I'm actually a pretty good guy. Oh yes. King Magnus approaches you. My liege, I have a great idea for a monument. Something to raise your cultural status and make the people notice what a great ruler you are. It would require some gold and your patience, and the work would take a year to complete. I'm sure I'll be alive when he finishes it anyway. So, yeah, go ahead, Magnus. Let's see what kind of statue I think he'll build. He's groomed, but he's also ambitious. I think he's going to build a statue of himself because he's ambitious. Let's see what he does. Okay, so all of this is done sieging except for this. And we're not going to waste our time sieging down one holding. We'll let that siege finish, but as soon as it's done, we're leaving. Alright, so these two are my actual levies, what's left of them anyway. I'm sending them back home to disband them. The retinues are wrapping up, getting on the boats, and we're heading off to new lands. Hey, it's a kid with a stutter! That's a new genetic defect for the family. Neat. Oh, France, I'm gonna let them lock and destroy their army again. Fine, do it. Do it, France. Jesus Christ, France. Why don't they learn? Also, shouldn't they not have this many troops? Oh no, they're back up to 2k. Let's knock them right back down. You're going to lose all your money, but you don't need to lose all of your commanders and pay the ransom twice. The Irish band still owns the majority of the Reconquista, so, how's that going for them? Literally no wars. Wow. He's not even a good character. It's fucking weird, right? That's so weird. Why is this? He's got negative 18 personal. So it occurs to me that I could probably antagonize this guy, duel him, kill him, and permanently end Christianity's attempted comeback here. But honestly, the Muslim power block is still in play. I want this to break up, so I have no interest in breaking the already fragile Irish band. I want them to do better than they are. So I think I'm going to start cruising down the west coast, just hitting all of this land in Germany. So I'll definitely stop here and hit these 4 tiles. And by the time I'm done with that, I'll either have fought all of Germany or none of Germany. If it's none of Germany, I'll just leave and go hit Asturias or something. But if it's all of Germany, I'll just keep going down the German coast. Oh, whoa, truces are expiring with Ireland, you say? In 16 days, you say? So I did just make all these plans about who I'm going to raid and how. Yeah, scratch that. Everyone get on the boats, we're gonna go conquer Ireland again. One last round before we kick it. Another daughter named Sif, not as good as the first Sif, but I'll let you do it. Hey, Ireland! Right, I need to dismiss my levies, they're back in our own land, so I can do that no problem. So apparently only some of them make it home. I guess it's because this guy's blocking them, I don't care. It's only 250 that don't make it home. Also, get the fuck out of my land, son! I thought you were very clear that you were going to actually leave. Why has no one dealt with this revolt yet? Alright, so I'm going to deal with this, and then I'm going to start walking back up to deal with the revolt, because apparently no one's actually doing it. You can't trust anyone to do anything. You've got to do everything yourself. Anyway, hey Ireland. As I was trying to say earlier, I hear that our truce is up, friends. Now, that's not going to sail around to this one, so I can take down all of their counties, because this is actually just a 100% siege and win the war type of deal. It's not an actual war. Ireland is too small for that. I just realized there's a cancel button when you're looking at babies. That can't be what that said. I must have read that wrong. Salt the next one. Pop further into Ireland. And that should be the war, right? Really, you're gonna make me assault 2 more bishops? 800? I can't help but notice there's a 5,000 stack from Mercia standing right there. They're just afraid enough they're not willing to do it, but I'm putting all of my best commanders in charge of this. I can't keep assaulting. These numbers are actually high enough that I'm unwilling... Oh. Well, this one's not so high. I'll definitely assault this one. I can't assault that bishopric up there, though. 99%, that looks like a war ended to me. Enforce demands, walk back to the coast, head back home. Children need focuses because there are just so many of them. It's non-stop. He has 3s down the line, so I thought he was quick, but he's just nothing. Screw it, you can go into learning. You're slightly better at it than anything else. It always kills me inside to put somebody to learning, but oh well. I still can't usurp the kingdom of Ireland, though, because technically, he still owns part of Ireland. Therefore, he is the king of Ireland. Regardless, I'll create this duchy, and like everything else in Ireland, I will give it to Chiefess Aletta. Whatever this was named a second ago, we changed it to something way crazier when we made it. Anyway, time to reassemble the pillaging army. We made 573 gold from France in our first round, and another child needs help. It's non-stop, literally forever to the ends of fucking time. For now, though, we're just gonna head back to Brittany, where we were planning to pillage that. Still seems like a good idea. Taking a brief look at my tech window, I should definitely take light infantry. Because, of course, my army is almost strictly light infantry, so it's just a straight buff to what I have. I'm gonna take improved keeps. I don't know if it affects anything at a tribal level, but I'm just gonna pick it up anyway. And I'll top off level 1 construction, because apparently I haven't finished that yet. Anyway, back to pillaging. I hear there's a statue being made in my honor by my grandson Magnus. I want to see that. So it's the traditional fan. We're just hitting all the sea tiles, taking all their money. Gonna be an easy pillage. Who just died? Some woman I've never heard of. She was Sunni. Her husband lived in Ireland. And somehow, Margarita managed to find the time to come all the way back from fucking Miklagard itself to kill this poor lady. Good job, daughter. I'm proud of you. She's now known as the Ruthless. Oh, I'm so proud of her. There's a moral in here somewhere about how it doesn't matter what you start with. If you give it your best shot, you can do amazing things. God, I love this character. Margarita the Ruthless has been nothing short of an emotional roller coaster for me. So, Margarita's ambition is to marry a ruler. That's probably why her old husband ended up dead. I was thinking if her husband dies, I'll marry her off to a ruler. Fuck that. Let's speed that process up a bit. In my old age, I'll do anything for my children. There is no consequence anymore. So it's looking like we've got a decent number of people. No, we've actually got quite a lot. Yeah, we have way more plot power than we need. Let's get Margarita a new wife. That seems like a perfectly reasonable use of my time. She's probably gonna get pissy with me, like, oh, I can't believe you killed my husband. And she's probably gonna be in on the plot, too. Is she? Does she want her husband dead? Actually, that's very important. If she doesn't want her husband dead, no, she wants him dead. Alright, good. Okay, we'll kill him then. I just realized that, like, if she's not in on the plot, maybe I shouldn't kill him. So this kid's going into intrigue, I guess. Oh, right. So whatever glitch I had previously in the last episode is definitely still in effect. I just can't pillage Germany. Like, they aren't Norse. The only thing they have with me is a defensive pact against me. That doesn't stop me from hurting them at all. Like, I could declare war on them if I wanted to, right? Well, yeah, if I wasn't in their land, I could declare war on them. I don't really understand what's happening with Germany this game. I just can't pillage them. I'm not super bothered by it. I'll do really well regardless, but I feel like I should be allowed to pillage Germany, as is my Viking right. So, since Germany's invincible, it's time to give the dick to Asturias instead. So we've arranged to blow up Margarita's wife with a giant pile of poop. Seems good to me. That doesn't seem roundabout and crazy at all. I was just saying that I really want the Catholics to make a comeback, but simultaneously I also really want money, so, you know, needs must and all. This is hardly my responsibility. I am how many years old? I am 78 years old. I cannot be bothered to help anyone in the Wolf Warriors. They should be managing their own shit. Okay, so people know that I killed him. Now, for the hilarious bit that's important to me. So, now Margarita's upset with me because I killed her spouse. Jesus Christ, Margarita, you were in on the plot! You were there! You were like, yeah, let's blow him up with poop! Why are you mad at me? This is complete bullshit. I guess she is a bit slow, isn't she? Yeah, that would explain it. Regardless, let's get Margarita a new landed husband. Look at that, Prince Mayor of Wales! You want to marry my slow daughter? That'd be weird, right? Oh, fuck off. You are also past childbearing age. What are you talking about? Okay, so there are some problems with my plan, apparently. So I might have fucked up with Margarita. I didn't really think about the part where I have to remarry her to someone else. And as a slow woman past childbearing age, she is sort of unmarriable. Okay, so I'm willing to admit I fucked up on the Margarita thing. I can't figure out who to marry her to because she is past childbearing age, which means that rulers will never agree to marry her. I'm just gonna call a big whoops on that one and pretend it didn't happen. At age 23, my granddaughter, was she important? Did she have bloodlines? Not any that mattered. She had the cancer. Well, that's unfortunate, but I mean, with 60 plus living children, it's going to happen. I'm a little bit jaded to it. How are the laws for inheritance looking? Everyone is backing Dag except one person, probably himself, right? I'm going to assume that Magnus is voting for himself, that's what's happening. Honestly, I should set Magnus as my heir, right? He's ambitious, zealous, he's a genius preeminence, everyone would love him. And if I actually look at Dag's stats, he's just not very good. Like, he's a brilliant strategist, but his personal combat's only at 41, it's nothing crazy. He's 31, so he's notably older. He has no good genetics. Yeah, no, I'm changing my vote to Magnus. Because Magnus is clearly... I could vote for Margarita. That's one way of getting her spouse to be a ruler. Would that make up for it? I refuse to sabotage my dynasty for sentimentality. Sorry, Margarita, I'm going to continue voting for Magnus. Now, I am a little bit worried about this, because I don't quite know how Gavelkind's going to treat my land when I die. But at the same time, I'm not super attached to my land, so it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. We'll find out when it hits. Right, kids in my jail. Anyone want to pay for the kids in my jail? One person for 10 gold, so no. Oh, right, yes, Asturias is excommunicated. They are being conquered by Bulgaria, and they're about to be conquered by Bulgaria. They're also being conquered by, I'm sorry, some random guy in Germany. Yes, of course. Well, in this case, I'm actually helping the Christians by pillaging them. Clearly. Another one of my kids just bit it before me. Died a natural death at 54, because that's like an old age. You die at 54. You know, unless you live to 78. That's another year we've made it. Where's that statue, Magnus? You owe me a fucking statue of myself. This kid can do pretty much anything they want. They're notably better at learning than anything else, so I'll send them down that path just to have a variety of kid types. Sending everyone down stewardship, intrigue, and diplomacy is probably a bad call. Oh hey, I stole something. I stole the sword from heaven? I'm sorry, hold up. I stole the what now? It's only quality 3? Plus 1 prestige, plus 0.25 piety, plus 12 personal combat. So the sword from heaven is worse at fighting than just a masterful short sword. It only gives marginally more monthly prestige, it gives me monthly piety, and it has no actual effects on my ability to lead. So I'm just gonna keep wielding the bleeding lance, because it's apparently better than the sword from heaven. Okay. I will be taking the sword from heaven, though. That sounds good. Oh, yes. The monument promised by King Magnus is finished. Upon unveiling, a statue of yourself is revealed, and you notice the crowd smiling and giving you a round of applause. He actually made it of me! Even though he was ambitious! It's too much. Tear it down! Gain 200 prestige. Thank you, Magnus. I have no words. I thought you were fucking with me. Oh, that's great. Let's see if we can convert that prestige into something in the moments before I die, because I'm pretty sure I was living just to see that statue. Okay, I've successfully spent all of my prestige again. I am ready to die. Take me away, Mr. Sandman. Yeah, no, of course I'm not dead. It's more children in my jail coming of age with great educations. I need to go hunting right now. That seems like a perfectly reasonable thought for an 80-year-old. So, on with the pillaging. I will live forever, apparently. These sieges must be really easy for them, since I've already killed everyone in these towns. Kids need help, of course they do. When they mention the legacy of Thordor the Black Skull, will they mention the dozens of children that he personally reared at all times, no matter what was happening in his life? I hope they do. It turned, because he was like one hell of a family man. He was a goddamn saint when it comes right down to it. And she's going into Marshall, not really good at anything else. Only one place left. It's basically done anyway, but we'll just pop over and assault it, maybe. I'm going to go ahead and be nice to Queen Halla, because 9.3 gold is nothing and opinion is everything. How we've changed! Opinion is everything! Wow. That's the complete opposite of the shit that I would have said when I had minus 400 tyranny. I'm sorry. I said when I had minus 400 tyranny, huh? I'm up to minus 470 these days. It's falling off in 20 years still. It's never actually going away. It's just when I die. We've made it to 79. Oh my god. We're actually going to be a fucking octogenarian when we die. Just keel over already, man! Alright, let's finish raiding this place down. And we'll siphon off the top gold. We don't care about 4.9 gold. That's way too much work. Look, if people are escaping, just ransom them right now. 3 for 94 sounds great. Let's head down the coast. It looks like there's an Umayyad revolt, but, it's, like, not a whole lot of the Umayyads. It's, like, 6 counties, so I don't think it's really going to be enough for me to get away with pillaging them. Now, Africa's also looking pretty beefy. I don't know if I can get away with pillaging them either. I'm going to try, though. Because unlike the Umayyads, Africa's power base should be around here somewhere. Umayyads should have a really quick response time, and they'll actually be organized. It'll be a nightmare. We can also go back to Lithuania and start conquering these people as their truces wear off. I do live for war. Nah. If I live for war, then what I'll do is I'll conquer Venice before I die. I'll declare one last war once I'm too laden with money to make the trip home. Alright, kids need help. Of course they do. Go into thrift. It requires too much thought to click anything else. Oh hey, it's a genius kid, Sigbjorn. I remember when you were just born and I was sure I was going to die then, too. He can do anything he wants. He's a genius. We'll put him in thrift to preserve his intelligence. Because that's how it works, right? If they're dumb, we want them to become quick. If they're smart, we don't want them to get dumb. We want them to go into stewardship or intrigue or diplomacy, and 2 of those 3 are thrift. Anyway, enough talking about children. we have Africa, or Spain, it's hard to tell sometimes, to conquer. Or pillage, rather. We're not actually conquering, this is very peaceful. Sure, reward my chancellor. I'm assuming it's not gonna be like, surprise, I took your land in a few days. That would be fucking crazy. You're in my jail, aren't you? Of course you are. I'll take the best specimens, as always, try to control my rage. Knock someone's teeth out. No idea who you are, but you worship the reindeer god, so I don't really care. Gorm, Gandalf's son, is a sickly child of no import. Yeah, I'll take the best specimens again. Good job, guys. I didn't know they had so many cattle. We're just stealing all this shit today. It is ridiculous. My wife has become malnourished, I think? Look, I know you're 61, but that doesn't mean you need to die. Just eat something. Trust me, I'm 80. You can live forever. Oh, that was well timed. Shit. We knew it was happening, right? I made it to 80. I'm alright with that. I'd say he had a pretty fucking good run. We seem to have lost a lot of titles. We'll sort that out eventually. I don't really care. I can just conquer new lands when I need it. It's not actually a problem. Anyway, I haven't been reading the text because the text is fucking bullshit. Emperor Theodore feasts in Valhalla at age 80. He died a natural death, known to be a respected scholar. Theodore spent most of his days studying in his library, rarely leaving his longhouse. He is succeeded by Emperor Dag, a formidable duelist. We expect him to excel in tournaments and personal combat alike. Long live Emperor Dag. Dag fulfilled the ambition to gain a title. Yeah, little bit. I had considered, what to do when this man dies. You're independent? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you be independent? Why would Geir ever become independent? Geir, what the fuck? But no, seriously, Geir, what the fuck? Why are you independent? You're a duke. So we can sort out this Gavelkind nightmare later. What I want to do right now is I want to deal with the piss-poor eulogy that Filker Theodore got. A respected scholar who spent his final years secluded? Fuck that. No, absolutely not. When Filker Theodore inherited the crown, it wasn't the crown of Scandinavia, it was the crown of Reykjavik. He was 14. He inherited more wars than he did counties. And he was like, you know what, that's just what rulers do. So he united Norway, and was like, nah, that's not nearly good enough. And he proceeded to unite Sweden, Denmark, and Saxony, and then reform the Norse faith into the insanity that it is today. New Germanic is nothing like Old Germanic. We believe that Odin and his family are bloodthirsty lunatic gods that would kill us all were it not for a steady stream of blood sacrifices. And to that end, we believe that anyone and everyone is welcome to do the sacrificing, and we don't really care who you sacrifice either, just as long as the sacrificing happens. Because we don't want Odin coming down here. We don't want Ragnarok, because that's what it is in our version of the Pantheon. It's Odin and his family just coming down here. It's not any other foreign evil gods. And after we made our new crazy religion, we proceeded to use it as a tool for expansion. We conquered Nordriki and Finland and Estonia. And sure, we slowed down a bit there, but we kept conquering. Eventually we took Lithuania and Wales. We don't own Ireland. Not legally anyway, but we own it in terms of actual landmass. We own Wales and a huge chunk of England. We founded multiple merchant republics. We took Britannia just because no one else was going to stop us. They might call it Nenetia here, but the reality is it's bigger than that. This is Scandinavia Minor. Fuck the eulogy screen. Listen to what the Bloodlines screen has to say about this man. Filker Theodore dedicated his life to build an empire of blood and skulls in honor of his fickle and cruel gods. He was known as a great soldier and leader of others. Filker Theodore the Black Skull accumulated enthusiastic support during his legendary raids into foreign lands. Entire cities have been decimated by the raids of Filker Theodore. His actions ensure him the legacy of one of the most fearsome and ruthless Vikings of Scandinavia. That is his legacy. Filker Theodore probably didn't die of natural causes at 80. He probably just drew a line in the sand. He probably said, you know what? 8 decades and 10 kingdoms is enough. It's someone else's turn. I've done all I need to do. Because he has nothing left to prove to anyone. We're never going to have another leader this good. This has been ridiculous. I've never had a leader this good in any of my games. And I've had leaders that started with a whole lot more than he did. Anyway, I could talk about how great Filker Theodore the Black Skull has been forever. So I'm going to wrap it up now. This has been rather incoherent, and I miss him already. Good game, rest of the world.